Mr. Potato Head on the news here tonight. Let's get him off. Let's get him over here. Mr. Potato Head. There he is. Doesn't he look like Mr. Potato Head with those teeth? And you put on those plastic glasses and you put on the hair. Yeah, kind of looks like, I don't know, that looks like Mr. Potato Head. Like, it really does. It really looks like Mr. Potato. So what is Mr. Potato Head saying? BlackRock CEO, Americans will pay for their own digital prison. We're just talking about digital prison. Pensions and savings to fund data centers. And BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has stated that the trillions of dollars of capital required to build America's sprawling data centers will largely be funded by ordinary people's savings accounts and retirement funds. Fink, whose firm oversees more than $10 trillion in assets, emphasized that the urgent need for trillions of dollars in investment to build enormous data centers, which will be used to surveil and monitor the population. Much of the funding, he said, must come through redirected private capital, including from pensions and savings, and currently parked in your lower yield vehicles. So there he is right there talking about it on X. And yeah, and there's a lot of movement where people across America are wanting to stop these data centers, because these data centers take up more power and electricity than a medium-sized city, from what I heard. Depending on the size of the data center and depending on depending on its setup, it basically consumes an incredible amount of energy to maintain all these servers and hard drives and quantum computing or whatever the hell they're doing, right? So there it is right there. And yep, Mr. Potato Head. Doesn't he look like Mr. Potato Head? I mean, he really does. And humanoid robots enter American homes as Gatsby launches autonomous cleaning service. So, looks like they're on wheels here. A robot completed a residential cleaning service for a U.S. customer for the first time. The startup Gatsby charges a flat $100 fee, undercutting traditional professional cleaning services. Gatsby operates as a consumer distribution layer, swapping hardware as cheaper robots become available. So as the software and everything upgrades, Gatsby will be cleaning your homes. And Aaron Brockovich drops bombshell map exposing AI data center digital cage creeping across America. That's the let me see if it's the same one we brought up last time. Oh, no, it's not. So we brought up that data center, 3 weeks ago on Mike in the Night, where it showed this, but it was more detailed. I think it was PDST sent us the thing. So there it is right there. And vaccine shedding is real. Hormones role in vaccinated people causing symptoms in the unvaccinated. So from the start, this is old news, okay? This is today's headline, but this is old news. We covered this back in 2022. We had a doctor that came on, an ex-vaccinologist that got fired from his job that came on and told us that vaccine shedding is going to get most people anyway if you're confined in small spaces, okay? I guess they're making something about it now because now the turbo cancer is kicking in. A lot of people are getting sick. There's a lot of things going on, right? Now, if you go back to last week's Mike in the Nights, we were talking about the move on Cuba, from the United States moving on Cuba. If Washington moves on Cuba, here's how it could happen. Now, forget this. All I wanted to say is, like I said in last week's video, what does America want from Cuba, right? So America wants the whole Caribbean, Central America dominance, and they want the whole North America locked down to Greenland. Like we've been saying, it's about the North American control. And I think this Iran war is going to fail. Like we said, they're not going to win this war. And this war is not meant to be won. And we've been telling you this since day one. And it's basically set up purposefully to dominate northern hemisphere, western hemisphere dominance over raw resources and minerals. And Ebola. Ebola is a business. Congolese close to the outbreak say. No, okay, I wanted to. Why did I bring this up? All right, right here, right here. The U.S. government updated 5 Ebola preparedness programs in January 2026 after a 2-year silence. So they're updating these programs for Ebola and trading education centers in America. So I wanted to update you guys with this because they're going to try to pull another move here out of left field. So, and Texas woman arrested for Facebook post about town water quality. So she put a post. There's a picture of the town water. There it is. There's the water. She posted a Facebook post that this smells really bad. It's dangerous. And she got arrested for it. She got arrested for posting this on Facebook. Here, let me full screen that for you guys. There she is right there. And after her arrest, the Trinidad Police Department in the United States, in the county there, basically stated that, oh yeah, the water is dangerous and blah, blah, blah. And she went to jail. Jennifer Combs has never gotten so much as a speeding ticket. On May 8th, police in Trinidad, Texas arrested her on a state jail felony charge for writing a Facebook post about the town's water supply. And here's the town's water supply here on full screen for you guys. I'm not drinking that. And Combs, even with a life straw and a filter and 10 filters, I wouldn't drink this water. And Combs described it as looking as the Trinity River is flowing from their water taps. The city's mayor, Dennis Hawes, told the reporters that the pipes date back to the 1950s. Yeah, the Europeans built that. Yeah, the European expansion. It's never been updated. We have to go get to a position where we can fix that infrastructure, and it's very expensive, as I'm sure you can imagine. So, and you know what the funny thing about this whole thing is? In 2019, just before they pulled the trigger on the pandemic, we were covering the contaminated pipes across Canada and the failing infrastructure because the Europeans, the Polish, the Portuguese, the Italians, the Irish, and the Dutch are not here to maintain this stuff. They either got deported or they died off, or they're not allowed to come to Canada. So we were already covering back in 2019 the corroded pipes, the failing water infrastructure, and the water, like the damage in the water, is so contaminated that it makes Flint, Michigan, or was it that place in Michigan? It's going to make their water problem look like a walk in the park for what Canada has coming for it. But that's coming too, guys. Don't worry, the water wars are going to come. Watch. So that's some news out of the United States of America there for you guys on Mike of the Night here.